This is day 3 of Startup Pivot, and I'm feeling quite hopeful. When I pivoted or closed down from the previous idea because of government regulatory restrictions, I almost felt like really, what am I going to do next? Will I find an idea which will interest me? Because after a lot of thinking, only I could come up with something that interests me, and there's an opportunity, there's a gap, and then there was validation from some potential customers. But now I think I've discovered another area which is sufficiently interesting for me, but at the same time I think it's boring for most of the other people. In fact, for my previous idea also, which was about cold calling software, that was a thing that I really liked, that most people hate cold calling, and that really makes it a boring area for a lot of people to work on. But I kind of loved that area because it cold calling, for a lot of people who love it, also means a lot of opportunity for growth and learning about yourself, learning about controlling your emotions and understanding them and yourself better. So similarly, like this area that I'm focusing on, okay, the area is about AI models, analysis, and optimization. So I'll cover more on what I mean by this. But for now, I think the reason why it interests me a lot, because I think I have always been very interested in mathematics right from very, very early days. But over my career in the last so many years, I never got to use that talent or interest much. But I think this field, AI model analysis, is going to involve a lot of complex maths and will allow me to really develop that mathematical interest of mine. At the same time, I think it's very, very useful and upcoming field, because now that the AI has been, so in the last many years, I think the problem with AI was that a lot of people did not have faith that it's really delivering value. But now with the success of very consumer focused models like ChatGPT and image generation, video generation, like the whole world's focus is here. So I think in the next wave, there's going to be all the big organizations in America which are not particularly tech focused, but they will start to look at AI and start to contract out to agencies and freelancers to develop internal models. And with so many models being developed, I think there will be requirement for tools to understand what's happening inside these models and analyze them, optimize them, make them sharper, faster, more efficient. And that is where I think my interest also lies. I think because this is going to be a very complex work, because we need to understand deeply the mathematics inside, like the mathematical framework to understand what's happening inside the model, because these models are extremely large, so they cannot be understood in a very uh, in a more theoretic, like linear way. Maybe there needs to be some kind of graphical visualization or statistical analysis involved. So I'm starting to look into those areas, and let's see how it goes. But the thing also I see about like why I like this idea is, I think when people think about AI in general or working in AI, they really think a lot about replicating human behavior, which is about how like we see things and how computers can see things, and how we interact with other people emotionally, and how computers can be emotional. And yes, that area is very interesting, and I think it attracts particularly younger guys who are actually very talented. For example, the guys working in the maths department of University of Stanford, I'm pretty sure that they will find these kind of ideas more attractive, like voice cloning their friends voices. But the things which are more abstract, which are more B2B, usually do not capture people's imagination so much, and most people anyways find maths to be boring. So I think that should be a good sign for me to explore further on this, and I will update most of my explorations here. One of the best parts of this whole discovery and this pivot is, in fact, looks like a blessing in disguise. I feel overall that I'm on a better direction right now. Better direction in the sense that what I'm doing next now after the pivot is actually now seeming to be much more aligned from my core, from my and at the same time, I think it has much bigger potential and has much lesser competition. So overall, it just seems amazing that, after taking this pivot, I'm actually have made, or I have the potential to make much more progress. So yeah, guys, if something for everyone else also, like, if you're doing something and it doesn't work out, then probably it is good to take a that decision quickly and go back to the drawing board. And most of times, like, you know many times I think maybe God is watching, and we may even get better ideas, better opportunities. Let's see how this goes. It's too early to say how it goes, but definitely I feel much more connected and much more hopeful.